Just when we thought Spider-Man was going to be the new face of the Marvel Cinematic Universe for years to come, a standoff between Disney and Sony could put a stop to it. So what does this mean for the future of the MCU and Spider-Man? Let's discuss right now on The Ketchup. I can't believe I'm saying this, but after failed negotiations, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige will not be involved in the next 2 planned Spider-Man movies. And the character, whose film rights are held by Sony Pictures, will no longer be available to Marvel Studios. This isn't the Daily Bugle, guys. This is happening, and it's wild.
I don't understand.
As far as what this means for the MCU, well, all that talk about Spider-Man being the next Iron Man in Far From Home, plus Nick Fury wanting him to help out up in space, means he was going to be a major player in Phase 5 or 6. So this is going to be a tough web for them to untangle. And this whole time I thought Spider-Man ghosting Nick Fury was a joke.
You do not ghost Nick Fury.
Let's talk about the future of Spider-Man. Since having your own cinematic universe is totally a thing now, Sony is planning to expand upon the Spider-Verse, which has about 900 characters to choose from. That's a lot of characters. And coming off the heels of 2018's certified fresh, Oscar-winning animated movie Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Sony also has a sequel to Venom starring Tom Hardy coming next year. And projects for characters like Kraven the Hunter, Silver Sable, and Black Cat are also in development. Plus, a movie with Morbius the Living Vampire, played by Jared Leto, is also coming in 2021.
Blah, blah, blah.
As for the upcoming Spider-Man movies, even with Tom Holland and director Jon Watts returning, it might get kinda weird not being able to reference things like Peter's journey with the MCU, his connections to Stark Industries, not to mention the motivation behind Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio, and on top of all of that, there's poor Tom Holland stuck in the middle of all of this, and I think we all know how he feels about playing Spider-Man because, well, he told me.
I honestly would play Spider-Man until, I can't walk anymore.
Basically, this all comes down to money. Disney, who owns Marvel, wants to do an even split of all future Spider-Man films, but Sony said no and wants to keep the current deal where it stands, which means Marvel gets a small percentage of the gross. In other words, they just don't want to share their biggest franchise. And this is despite the fact that the Feige-produced Spider-Man Far From Home film recently became Sony's highest-grossing movie ever. And maybe that's just it. Looking to the near future, Marvel's Phase 4 films slated for the next couple years actually don't have much to do with Spidey. The upcoming sequel, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, will most likely take place far from Manhattan, where Peter was just revealed and blamed for everything. So I guess he'll just be in hiding till he can clear his name. I mean, literally. And that could mean Shang-Chi, with the movie coming in 2021, will take a more central role in the MCU. And Sony is definitely feeling the heat and shouldering most of the blame on social media. So they put out a series of tweets saying, quote, "Much of today's news about Spider-Man has mischaracterized recent discussions about Kevin Feige's involvement in the franchise. We are disappointed, but respect Disney's decision not to have him continue as a lead producer of our next live-action Spider-Man film. Kevin is terrific, and we are grateful for his help and guidance and appreciate the path he has helped put us on, which we will continue." But whether it's Disney or Sony that's to blame, it doesn't really matter because it's the fans who are losing, right? I mean, even Hawkeye himself, Jeremy Renner, is hoping this gets resolved by saying on Instagram, "Hey Sony Pictures, we want Spider-Man back to Stan Lee and Marvel, please. Thank you." Who knows, guys? Maybe we'll get some answers soon, seeing as Disney's D23 Expo is this weekend.
Come on, man, please.
But it's time to kick it over to you now because I have a lot of questions. What do you think about an MCU without Spider-Man and Spider-Man without the MCU? Are you hashtag save Spider-Man, or are you excited to see what the Sony Spider-Verse has to offer? Or are you just waiting for the next DC movie? And did Iron Man die for nothing? Let us know in the comments section all your feelings, and if you like this episode and want to see more, hit that subscribe button and click that bell icon to be notified of all future episodes. As always, I'm Naz Perez, and I'm going to send all my therapy bills to Sony and Disney now.